This is a batch of appeals arising out of appeals by the Competition Commission of India and by the private party. Those arising out of an order of the NCLAT in an investigation involving the privacy policy of WhatsApp and Meta. We are aggrieved by a small part of the order, the only two parts that have been held against us, which is that the finding on leveraging, that is 4(2)(e) of the Act.
Both sides are in appeal.
We are aware of that part. We are aware of that.
The first two appeals are ours. That is WhatsApp and Facebook, my lord. The third appeal, my lord, is by the Competition Commission.
This can be admitted and set down, my lords.
There are three appeals. One is the Meta platform, the other is by WhatsApp.
WhatsApp and third,
And
my
the
lord,
third is by the
By
PCI.
Competition Commission.
Yeah.
Because they are aggrieved of one finding by the
Yes.
That's right.
NCLAT.
That's right. Also, the documents are all here now. I think if Milords could set it down, Milords, at an early date, the issue is important.
What is the date of the order of CC? जो हमें मिला है?
November. To make, fellows, that as far as the penalty is concerned, it's been paid in full subject to the appeal. As far as the other directions are concerned, Millards, there is, Millards, an order of NCLAT passed on January 23rd, 2025, which held the field throughout the appeal, Millards, before NCLAT. Since everyone is challenging the order, we have, of course, paid the penalty. Millards, the position.
No, penalty. Have you paid penalty?
Yes, paid the penalty, Millards. 213 crores has been paid, subject to the appeal, Millards, naturally. But was the other directions should follow, Millards, in my respectful submission, the position before NCLAT, which was the last uncontested status. CCI did not challenge that order of January 23rd, 2025, that was passed by NCLAT, was setting out an interim arrangement. Millards may hear the appeal on merits, and in the meantime.
What? We will not allow you to share even a single information with any agent, with this Meta business or anything. You can't play with the right of privacy of this country like this in the name of selling this data. There is no question. We are passing a very strict order, and if there is a non-compliance, we will throw out in a second from the court. Let it be very clearly, this message must go on your WhatsApp.
May I only say, all that the NCLAT order does is places Indian consumers in the same position as how they are treating consumers in other jurisdictions.
Say,
Millards,
admit, post these appeals for final hearing before a three-judge bench on so-and-so date. The pleadings be completed meanwhile. Say the counter affidavits from IPSO required be filed within 4 weeks. The reach vendor, if any, within 2 weeks thereafter. Then say post the matter, these appeals for final hearing before a three-judge bench on so-and-so date. Next paragraph, we are informed that penalty of rupees 213.14 crores imposed by CCI upon Meta has been deposited. The said amount shall not be allowed to be withdrawn until further orders. Next paragraph, similarly, the appellant in bracket WhatsApp LLC in CA number 366-367 stroke 2026 is directed not to share.
No, but that's not the direction, Millards. We've held in on the paper on this. Millards, on this, Millards, the NCLAT has held in our
We have
favor.
succeeded on this.
We have succeeded on this point.
No.
Yes,
That's not entirely correct. That's not entirely correct.
We have succeeded.
WhatsApp doesn't share. WhatsApp share with Meta. Is the parent component. So WhatsApp and Meta both.
So,
WhatsApp and Meta both will not share.
yes.
Mention.
No choice with
May
which
I,
one
may,
option.
may, may I just make a suggestion? first?
Just a minute, please.
Yes.
Understood. What is the choice with the customer? Because people are now, because you have complete monopoly in the market and you will say, I am giving a choice. This choice is like the agreement between Lion and Lamb, that either you walk out of WhatsApp facility or I will share with you data. Why should be allowed?
Well, it's the impugned order does two things. Well,
The choice is very simple.
Yes.
Will you give an undertaking with the direction we are issuing, or will dismiss it right now? Choice is very simple.
I just want to clarify one thing. Mullah.
Ah.
The impugned order Mullah, sets aside the ban on data.
You have made mockery of this, the constitutionalism of this
Well,
country.
the order of December 15, 2025 says that was this data sharing will only be with the consent bullets.
We
of
will
the
not
user.
allow you to share a single word of your data. The things are, must be very clear. If you are ready to give an affidavit undertaking of your management, it's fine. Otherwise, we'll dismiss it. No question of sharing data. How can you play with the right of privacy of the people like this?
Well, what they note is actually, Manoj, there's very limited data
Because
sharing.
you have been bought by Facebook, tomorrow Facebook will and WhatsApp will be bought by someone else, and you will transfer the entire data.
Because it's only with the consent of the consumer as per
People
the.
pay you for this, sir. If they avail your services, people are, it's not free of cost you are providing to them. People pay you charges for
Manoj,
that.
there's an opt-out, Manoj. There's a choice.
Opt out,
Consumer has choice.
what do you mean by opt out? Then opt out is that you opt out to the country. You withdraw your facilities from here.
The consumer has opt-out, Manoj. They've said so in the order of December.
Choice with the consumer.
What I'm
People are, because you have created monopoly in the
I'm not finding
market,
issue. What
they go with you.
what is falling from my lord's bullets is the direction bullets on December 15.
What is falling from your lordships, but our privacy data, our personal data is not only sold, it is commercially exploited.
Commercially exploited, that
We
is the point.
feel we are consumers, we are products.
Sold is that first danger of compromising with the right to privacy, which is so jealously guarded in this country. Then that data is exploited for purely for commercial consideration. And what kind of option you give? A street vendor, say a poor lady sitting on the street selling some fruits, how she will understand your terms and conditions that you opt out or remain opt in? Can you imagine the kind of the language you use? A very cleverly crafted language. Some of us will not understand that language. When you say, I now sign it, I agreed, who is going to understand that language? Every such condition must be examined from the perspective of a common consumer in this country. How many people will understand those legal implications which you impose on the condition? So where is the question of opt-out? There is no, because people don't understand that complication. Where have you, please show in your mobile, or I will bring my mobile, we show that how this opt-out business operates. Nobody will be able to understand it. And by now we do not know how millions data you must have. This amounts to, in a way, it's a decent way of committing theft of the information, of private information. We will not allow it to happen. Unless at the time of final hearing, you make us convinced that yes, you are such a, belong to some other world of this globe that you are entitled to it.
May I only point out,
You will have to give an undertaking, otherwise we are going to impose a very, very strict
may I
condition.
just point, the Lordship keep, Lord, this issue next week. I'll tell you why. Lord, there is a matter pending before a constitution bench of this court in which this very policy is
That's what we are aware.
that Karmanya. Lord, there is an order that we can carry on in the same fashion. When they wanted a stay on that policy, this court passed a detailed order. Have a look at that.
We have seen that order. That was only in the context of the writ proceedings where Delhi High Court took a view.
Correct. So when it came here,
The High Court, today, of course, we will not say anything because that matter is not before us. We will examine that matter.
so
We will
Lord, in
ultimately,
that matter, Lord, a prayer was made asking
Our
for a
simple
stay
query-
of sharing.
Mr. Rothgi, our simple query to you, Mr. Amit, is here, boss. You please ask your domestic help in the house. Will they understand this policy, which you want to apply pan India on pan India basis? Will they be able to understand that policy? The consequences cannot be understood and appreciated. Keeping in mind, Mr. Rothgi, Mr. Sibbal,
I understand what you're saying.
Mr. Mehta or Mr. Cole sitting here. No, we have to see the majority, the substantial part of the population of this country, how do they understand these implications?
My lords, may I
How
just-
do they understand their
Your Lordship,
consequences?
Lord, your Lordships, but when your Lordships hears the matter, your Lordships would also see what information, if at all, and when it is shared. But your Lordships will see most of the information, there's no sharing. It's only in certain scenarios in the case of commercial aspects where, my lords,
Mr.
for the
Kataria, how
purpose of
do-
ads.
How do we know and how does person know?
No, my lords, that's, we will show that, your Lords. My lords, your Lordships will see that that's exactly how it works, and we will show that to your Lordship.
It is completely, it
So,
is your
my
discretion.
lords, the illustration
When
that
you
you.
find a particular data is sellable item,
No,
you
no,
will
Lord,
sell it.
that's not how it works. With
But-
the utmost respect. Lord, your Lordships will see, whenever your Lordships hears the matter, your Lordships will find that it's
No,
only.
we are ready to hear, we are,
no
we are ready
personal
to
data
hear just now. We are ready to hear just now and be ready for the consequences. Unless you give an undertaking that no question of sharing the data.
But there is now an act in place, the Judicial, my lord, the Data
DPDP
Protection
Act.
Act. Have a look at that. That takes care of this and it grants 18 months for people to fall in line by May 27.
You can't be allowed to
Therefore-
compromise with the people's right and
Just have
because
to-
they are silent consumers, they are not aware, they are completely unorganized kind of, the victims of the system. They have no voice anywhere and people, and you very well because you are in this field, you know your commercial interest. You also know very well that how you have addicted the consumers for it. The people are now used to it. Even a commoner, as we are saying, a small poor street
I
vendor,
understand.
a mason, a worker, a construction worker, everybody use it.
As I understand, the
one
choice
thing, this
is
is
not, only a minute, the choice is not whether you would permit them to share the data or not. That's not the choice given. Choice is take it or leave it. If I don't give that option,
That's not the
yes,
issue. That's not
then
the
I'll have
issue.
to walk out of that.
That's platform. Messaging
privacy-
My lords,
platform.
the law requires I can't provide without consent.
And that choice.
Some form of consent has to be taken.
That is what has been held against you, that the consent in fact is a manufactured consent.
So,
The learned solicitor
therefore
is
now
not
the
able to correct it.
DPDP
We
Act
have
comes
given
in.
an undertaking to the central government. We have given an undertaking to the central government. We
Mr.
will not
Rohde.
remove anybody.
Mr. Rohde, a ruralite person sitting in a remote village of Tamil Nadu,
Yes.
who only understand Tamil language.
Yeah.
You send your all these detailed, complicated language in English, how is going to understand it?
My
A
lord, we-
person sitting in a remote Bihar village who understands poor
Yeah,
Hindi.
my lord, we were asked to give newspaper ads by this court in all languages, which we did. But anyway, my lord, I don't want to, my lord, go on that. Ultimately,
We are willing to examine everything, we want to admit, but then during all this, we will not allow the right of any citizen of this country to be damaged or compromised.
my lord, that means your lordship allowing the appeal today.
No, let
It
it
amounts
be.
to allowing the appeal today. When, my lord, with
No, no,
respect.
we are only as an interim measure we are saying.
But as an interim, my lord, it allows the appeal when the law says I have to come back in 18 months. Under the law, just have a look at this, my lord.
Yes, yes.
Kindly see this. Just have a look at
That
it.
act,
This is the law
Can I have a
which has
copy?
been passed.
DPDP.
Now this is how it comes into effect.
Well,
Have a look at this, my lord.
well, this act is not in force. It comes into force in the month of May 2027.
Force.
This is
Force.
No, the rule.
Have a look at the
rules are
notification.
not.
Have a look at the notification. In exercise of powers conferred by section 2(1) of the Act of 23, the central government hereby appoints the date of publication of this notification in the Gazette on which the provision section so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so will come into force. Then, my lord, it goes on, and then, my lord, your lordship finds C. 18 months from the date of publication of this Gazette, which is November 25. So it will go to May 27, on which the provisions of 3 to 5 subsections so-and-so shall come into force. So there is already a law which envisages, my lord, that this will happen. And
This law is not in force today.
That's right.
27.
May
Lord,
27.
I am only trying to say, it gives you time.
And we are examining a player who is held to be a dominant player in the
Yes,
relevant
correct.
field, imposing conditions which appear to be patently unfavorable to the user.
So, the concurrent
And to
finding is
take
in my
my lord's
favor on
thought
that.
further,
Concurrent
We have
finding-
succeeded on that.
We have
We are in
improved-
appeal.
Well,
If
improved
you want to
order-
practice-
Well,
State
CCI
today-
and NCLAT both hold I am not dominant.
My lords,
Meta is not dominant
Well,
in online
Mr.
display
Kapil-
advertising.
Kaptalia, the advantage that you have is not the concurrent findings have been interfered in by NCLAT. The remedy has been tweaked to a certain extent. that the sharing for online advertising business embargo for 5 years has been lifted.
Correct.
Yes.
Now the question is, and what the Honorable Chief Justice has been repeatedly flagging is that let us say if this condition is lifted, the other conditions are basically eyewash. It's been said that the users would have a right to opt out. Now, how will the users know of their right to opt out
And-
or would be aware that there is a realistic decision-making position for them in this option, which is a part of 247.2 directions?
Yes.
You say that you put up some newspaper advertisement.
Because this court said do that.
Who reads? Mr. Rawadi, let us see the option and the situation between the user and this platform. This platform every alternate day would send messages when it comes to questions of sharing. When it comes to information to opting out, it would be on a newspaper. And how many do you expect will read that disclosure in the newspaper?
Well, this
must
policy is not new.
Get some architecture.
And my lord, in fact,
Where
This
there
part of the
is a
policy
realist-
is not new.
And
This came in
hundreds of times.
2016, was examined by CCI Millets.
Mr. Lodhi, hundreds of times you can experience it in a month, I'm talking. The services will start asking you, are you, this data is, be aware the data is likely to be shared with so and so. The moment yes or no, or allow or don't allow, then normally they will. You put don't allow, your services will be disconnected. That's what happened.
That's
not the case.
In fact,
Opting out means you opt
with
out
us.
of the
in
system.
2021,
Not with us,
when
Not
the
with us.
policy
We have
came,
not disconnected
this was
anybody.
exactly the
Nobody will
point.
be discussed.
This was
They are
exactly the
telling you
policy.
they are allowed
That's
opt-in or leave.
factually incorrect. Milord. In
Not,
fact,
we have not
This is
disabled anybody.
correct, it is absolutely correct, it happens.
Milord, we will
And
give an
may I
answer.
say, my lord,
Not
the
disabled.
in-
that
the-
undertaking is in place.
the evidence collected by the DG and the commission was even after they gave this opt-in, opt-out
Yes,
choice,
tell us.
people
Tell
were
us
too
when-
afraid not to accept.
Throughout
They
the pendency
continue
of the
to
appeal,
accept.
data sharing was not stopped.
Let us
CCI
come-
did not challenge that.
Mr. Rautigi, Mr.
Milord, Supreme
Let us
Court-
come on with plenary principle. You are here, WhatsApp is here for what? You are not here to collect the data and to sell it or to share it. You are here to provide only messages, communication services.
Provide free of charge, Millets.
No, you don't provide.
No, this is the, I'm so
Yes,
sorry, this is
sir.
the complete fallacy.
WhatsApp is free.
Our data is the cost.
Just
Our
submit.
data is the
It's a
cost.
business.
It's free of charge.
This
Mr.
is the
Rawadi,
business model.
Mr. Sibal,
WhatsApp is
don't
free.
Open
But
your
it has to
book
earn
on
some
bill of
revenue.
charge.
Sorry.
What are the hidden charges and what is the
Okay.
hidden?
Our
rate?
data is the charge.
No consumer is charged for
These
WhatsApp.
are the products.
Absolutely correct.
Every silo
All
of data,
human beings-
with every silo of data,
Yeah.
with regard to an individual, irrespective of privacy, has a value. The DPDP Act only addresses privacy. We would like to examine what is the rent sharing of data. Your
Millets, no
platform
personal
on
details
which
are
I-
ever shared.
Not
we
personal.
have
names,
been using
Personal
regularly.
details
let
are
me make
ever
it clear.
shared, Millets, for any purpose.
We are not concerned about privacy.
So
We are
personal
concerned
details are not
about
shared. It is
about
shared for,
our behavioral tendencies and
Absolutely.
trends. They can be utilized, monetized, and thereby your parent company can you leverage it for the purpose of an advantage on online advertising.
Correct.
You will target me on that advertising.
Dominance was
Yes,
not
that's-
found, Millets, in
No,
online
sir.
advertising.
Dominance is
was
found
not
in the messaging service.
Yes.
Leading role is found in the
That's-
advertising.
that's-
Yes.
And when you see these two agencies, one a parent, one a subsidiary, the subsidiary is the messaging, and you only hinge your issue on privacy, we would like you to examine also the data value. The data value of the footprints of your user being shared with your Meta platform and a Meta platform and thereby having a targeted
Just give me a
advertising.
chance to show, just give me
revenue.
a chance to
The
show how
majority-
limited the sharing
the
is. When-
majority
When the
of
NCAT
revenue-
saw how limited it was, Millets, they said we are lifting the ban. Millets.
It's a
How
sinister
limited it
design.
is.
My
work.
Lord Justice Bagchi has hit the
So
nail on
limited.
the head. It is the
Millets will-
behavioral analysis.
We
It
can
is,
show you
Millets,
numerous examples.
negligible,
We
actually.
can show you numerous examples,
Yes.
Mr. Sibal. You ask your doctor that please, I'm slightly under the weather. what should I take the medicine? He will send her on the WhatsApp that you take this Crocin, you take Vicodin, you take so and so. And
Immediately
after
advertisements
5 minutes,
will come.
Absolutely.
what kind of information start coming to you?
Absolutely.
Milord, it won't
And
happen.
that message will come on a Facebook app.
It doesn't.
That message will come on a different app. It's owned by
These
Facebook.
are encrypted messages.
Nobody else can read
Even
them.
WhatsApp can't
Even
access.
WhatsApp can't access that
Of
message.
this.
Fellas,
What
please
will
rest
happen
assured.
to Amazon?
Amen.
Amazon is not getting the data, so it cannot target its advertisement to me. So
Look,
that
there is-
is when
Amazon
the
does all this,
or
There is
people
one-
Amazon are free to do.
WhatsApp is encrypted. What is shared between me and him on a WhatsApp message can't be read even by WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
There is
WhatsApp also
far
can't
more,
read it.
there is far
But you
more
have to
value.
On this, Mullah.
There is far
WhatsApp's
more,
example may not work on WhatsApp.
Malad, there is far,
Maybe on other
We are not ready to buy even this idea, frankly speaking. We are not
Well,
ready
then
to buy
you
this.
Not all over the world, we have said
Not
it
saying
is
that it
encrypted.
is encrypted, it this and that, but
all over
everybody knows.
all over the world, I think judiciaries will have to go into a more intensive and innovative oversight over these
Well,
companies.
for ads purposes,
There are
it's so
judgments of-
limited, Mullah. Give us a chance to show how for ads it's so limited.
Other jurisdictions
Neither of us
are
is
examining.
dominant in ads, Mullah.
There are judgments.
Mullah, in ads, neither of us is dominant. Neither Meta nor WhatsApp is dominant in the ads business, Mullah.
Mullah,
That's
very
found by
surprised.
CCI, found by NCLAT.
You are-
Neither is dominant, Mullah.
But you keep on supplying it to the ad company.
if there was no value in this, why would the
Neither of us is
advertisers come to them?
dominant in ads. Well, there can't be any abuse in ads if there's no dominance found, Mullah.
How do you, for God's sake, in 5-10 minutes, you start getting it on your mail address, on your YouTube, you start getting information that instead of Vicodin, you go for this
That's right.
medicine. This Vicodin has this
Correct,
is our
correct,
side effect.
correct.
Why?
Your Lordship is
Who
right.
supply this?
Well, that's
But
because
you
of
won't
Google
get
and
on
Amazon.
WhatsApp. You won't get on WhatsApp. You will get on Google.
Because Google and Amazon,
Not
yes.
90.
No, that's not
You
correct.
will not get on
Google and
WhatsApp.
Amazon, yes.
correct.
Because when you
Google,
search
yes,
on Amazon,
that's
you
not
start
correct.
getting
We are
ads.
talking, no. Please appreciate. This is the, your doctor simply writes that all right, you take Crocin if you are feeling like this. How this WhatsApp message of,
Well, it's-
This won't go.
It-
I'm sorry, Milord.
May-
A
may-
WhatsApp message
Milords.
by a doctor to a patient,
It can.
take Crocin.
Nobody
It
can.
will not go anywhere.
It can't.
I can-
It doesn't. Even WhatsApp can't read it.
Even WhatsApp can't read what.
My lords,
doctor
the
told us.
real,
If
the
you- if
real
you search
value,
on Google, Mullards,
the
then
real
Google might send
value,
you ads. If you
the real
search on
value
Amazon,
of the data
Amazon might
is
send you
not
WhatsApp.
just in the message, but in the aggregation of all the messages that are sent, from where they are sent, at what time they are sent, at what location they are sent.
Lord,
to.
with the
That
utmost-
metadata is aggregated, as my Lord Justice Bagchi very correctly said, a behavioral analysis is done of the entire population of this country. And then if this did not have value, their entire revenue comes from advertising. Why are the advertisers going to them if this data has no value?
Well, this
When
is
my
not a-
friends say the product is free, it is entirely incorrect, as the learned solicitor very correctly said. I am the product, you are the product, my lord. That is the real issue here.
Nothing like free. There is no free. There is no charity. It is not a social.
That's right.
Service they are
Well,
entering.
this is not new, Mullards. There was a policy in
Not commercial
2016.
venture. Everybody knows. There is nothing wrong that we are not saying that you are not, that is wrong that if you are making a legitimate income out of it. We are talking of legitimate income.
Yeah.
But any your commercial venture must not be at the cost and compromise with the rights which the people of this country enjoy, and that is the only
May I
something.
say this, Milord? May I file a one-page affidavit to tell you exactly what we are doing? Your Lordship may then consider what order. should
In
be
fact-
passed in view of a five judges order also.
Because the entire order records what you're doing.
May I,
Can I just place an affidavit? Your Lordship will consider what it is and then make an order, Milord. Today is the first date of hearing. Allow us, Milord, 3 days to file an affidavit.
he is not letting us budge. You're right.
Lord, as my lords have rightly observed, that the data, the material which is available in my personal life, which is, Lord, shared, has a monetary value. Your lordships have, Lord, in Europe, I'm told, Lord, they have a device where one
Sir,
company
there
shares.
this, Mr. Solicitor, you have to examine, when we examine the DPDP Act, the basic difference between the DPDP Act and the EU regulation is EU considers not only privacy, but value.
Value,
There
and
is
it
a
is
value on
taxable.
the data, and let us say if I have an empty space and you use that empty space for R&D purposes, don't you give a rent?
Absolutely.
So there's no rent sharing in the DPDP Act in respect of personal data which may not be private. I may have personal data of various graded privacy. Privacy is lost as soon as I share data on platform.
And it has a value for them.
It is encrypted, as Mr. Wadgi indicated.
I understand what.
So
you're saying.
if privacy is lost on a data, they say there is no value on the data. Is that a relevant and acceptable jurisprudential idea?
Lord, that has to be, your lordships are right, my lord. I will put it to the relevant authorities immediately. But I'm told in Europe that sharing of personal data on, Lord, such apps is taxable. There is some notional value, my lord, put on.
Yes.
Hmm?
In fact,
That is up to you. It's
Correct,
your-
your lordships are right.
in competition law.
Your
Mr. Zafar,
sovereign rights.
Not only taxable, there are instances, judicial precedents where it has invited a very huge amount of damages.
Yes,
That's
Also where it was wrongly or illegally shared with anyone. And that itself was,
in fact, just to address.
penal damages were.
May I put, my lord, an affidavit in 2 days to tell you exactly what we are doing? Your lordship will then take a call.
The
It's the first date of hearing, my lord.
The
Allow us a
order,
call.
the order
Give it to the
captures,
next Monday.
the order
Fine.
captures quite comprehensively what my friends are doing. And may I just say, my lord, this
Sorry,
aspect,
that's not correct, my lord.
This-
Notions are hazy.
all right, do one thing.
Motions are
Let us-
hazy today.
Let us understand what they will say,
Very well.
that how they,
Very
and you give your proposal that what kind of restraint order is required to be issued.
Yes, then we
only
can have
to
a
protect
considered.
the citizenry of this country.
Yes,
Very well, ma'am.
certainly,
very well.
certainly.
May I just say, my lords, on that aspect of value, that is the key. The competition law has the concept of price and non-price considerations. Value comes in the non-price part.
For the purpose of issuing interim directions, post this matter for further consideration next Monday.
Grateful.